Tension arises right away because Conchita, Richard's widow, is determined to give their daughter Minnie a happy upbringing in spite of everything, and her mourning mother-in-law disagrees. Conchita is begged by Lady Brightlingsea, who is often expressing her opinions and entrenched in tradition, to meet with mourners and wear black to these gatherings. You can just see fire building in Lady Brightlingsea's pupils when Conchita comes wearing a stunning dark green outfit. Lady Brightlingsea expresses her disapproval of Conchita's parenting and her decision to live in the wake of Richard's death in front of everyone when Conchita leaves the memorial service to comfort a sobbing Minnie. Conchita, however, stands her ground and tells the audience that their daughter is the real tribute to Richard's legacy. After last week's show, we were curious to see Conchita's reaction to Ginny, and it's evident that she holds Ginny partially responsible for her husband's demise. Ginny pursues Conchita to ask her that precise question following her welcome outburst at the memorial. Conchita breaks down for the first time and confesses that she is upset with her friend for stealing from her, avoiding her, and treating her like a widow. Ginny can only sympathize with her friend's emotions. She reassures Conchita that she will wait as long as necessary to get her forgiveness and that she will assist her during her grief. It doesn't take long. At the conclusion of the program, Conchita offers an apology fruit and cheese tray. Honoria, who is finding it difficult to survive under her mother's controlling influence, is likewise the beneficiary of Conchita's kindness. And now that she is mourning not only her husband but also the deaths of her two sons, Honoria can put an end to her fantasies about Paris. Conchita assures Honoria that she doesn't have to face this alone when she brings her one of her brother's old stuffed animals and a note he wrote to her expressing his love for his wife. When Honoria tells her mother that she intends to leave England, Lady Brightlingsea laughs and remarks that Honoria has never surprised her in her life, so that promise seems like a weight being taken off her shoulders. Taking that as a challenge, she approaches Mabel and gives her a powerful kiss. Lady Brightlingsea is silently appalled but, for once, refrains from speaking negatively. Lizzie, Conchita, and Ginny, who for some reason hadn't noticed Mabel's orientation up to this point, are ecstatic with this public demonstration across the room. Although Lizzie and Theo don't spend much time together, Hector, who still has feelings for his ex-fiancée, notices their interactions, like a persistent hand on her back. Reed, his father, is still. Thinks the wedding will be postponed, but he tells his father the terrible. His mother didn't rush to Reed, her true love. She tells him that since he was the most significant man in her life, it didn't matter. Theo can forgive his mother because of this. Since Nan is helping her mother during her illness, she is unable to attend Richard's memorial service. The episode spends most of its time in New York, where divorce proceedings are underway. The main focus of Patty's legal defense is Nan's father, Colonel Tracy St. George, who has a history of philandering and infidelity, which his wife intends to demonstrate using two of the numerous women he had affairs with. However, the Buccaneers keeps demonstrating how little respect and legal rights women had in those days. The worst attorney Nan's father has ever hired seems to enjoy making fun of Patty in court. Patty's two main witnesses realize they have nothing to gain by testifying and leave the court after one of his lines of inquiry deviates into the specifics of who started having sex in the bedroom, so causing the case to go off course. As is characteristic of Nan, she thinks she has the secret to her mother's liberation. She enters the room, takes the stand, and officially states that Patty is not her biological mother. However, her testimony breaks down when the opposing lawyer raises doubts, namely about her ability to provide documents to support this claim. By supporting the notion that he was not present at Nan's birth and is unable to verify whether he is actually her father, the colonel is complicit in the line of inquiry. It's vile material that will only exacerbate a strained bond between a parent and daughter. Since she is Nan's mother, only Nell, Patty's sister, played by Leighton Meester, can definitively demonstrate this. Patty, however, is against her doing it. Patty is aware that Nell's life may be upended by the fact that she is pregnant and just married. Nell is initially silent, which annoys Nan. She accuses Nell of being a coward for not stepping forward and implies to her birth mother that she is aware of the truth. Nell lashes out at Nan, correctly pointing out that Nan has no idea about her past, or the consequences this